ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। Om. In this session we will be covering few Maruta Suktas from sage Shyavashva Atreya. First Suktam we will take up 55. This is in Jagati and Trishtub Chandasas. Prayajyavo Maruto Praja Drishtayo. Maruts are unifiers of men possessing shining knowledge and ornaments on their chest. They move with easily comfortable, quick-moving horses. They uphold excellent food and life for living beings. Pleasantly moving chariots accompany them. Maruts are personified air or pranas, which lead them to the self-knowledge, or air is manifesting because of the manifested self. They support life in living beings by supplying pranas. Air moves freely within living bodies and in the atmosphere. Pleasantly moving living bodies, which are their chariots, accompany Maruts. They are one of the unifiers in the universe. The last part is repeated in all rigs except the last one. 55.2. Swayam Dadhidve Tavishim. The mighty Maruts uphold their own power. They know the Great One, which may mean the Self or Atmiya Soma, and shine with vast knowledge. They pervade the atmosphere with their strength. Pleasantly moving chariots accompany them. Air manifests because of spiritual Soma or manifested self, and the Great One referred to here should mean the self. Maruts lead seekers of truth to the self. 55.3. Sakam Jada Subhua Sakamukshitaha. The swift Maruts, born together and nourished together, further grow to real wealth or beauty. These leaders of men shine brilliantly with the rays of the sun. Pleasantly moving chariots accompany them. Different components of air, or the pranas, are bound together. Different components of air are nitrogen, oxygen, etc. Pranas are prana, apana, vyana, etc. And they appear together as pranas, lead men throughout their life. 55.4. Abhushenyam vo maruto mahitvanam. O Maruts, your greatness is worthy of admiration. Your form is worth seeing, like the manifested form of the sun. Moreover, you uphold us in the eternal self or immortality. Pleasantly moving chariots accompany you. Seeing is to be taken as experiencing, as air cannot be seen with the eyes. Air is as much necessary as energy from the sun for living beings. Pranas serve as a connecting link between the body and the self. Udirayatha Maruta Samudrato. O Maruts, you rain down water from the atmosphere. Being supporters of life, you rain knowledge so that destroyers of peace do not spoil your speeches. Pleasantly moving chariots accompany you. Vedic speech or knowledge comes out of through the medium of air. Ignorance is the destroyer of peace and Vedic speech drives away ignorance. 55.6. Yadasvan Dhushu Prishatir. O Marus, may you harness spotted deer like clouds, which are like horses, to the yokes of your chariots. Be not averse to a golden traveler. Please overcome all adversaries in battles. Pleasantly moving chariots accompany you. Golden traveler can be lightning or the sun. With wind overcomes all obstacles. With these clarifications, meaning of the Rig should be clear. 55.7. Na pravada na nadyo varanda. O Maruts, you are not restrained either by mountains or the clouds or the river streams. So you go wherever you wish to go. You travel about in the sky and over the earth. Pleasantly moving chariots accompany them. This Rig needs no elaboration. 55.8. Yat purvyam marudo yaccha nudanam. O dwellers in good virtues, Maruts, whatever is ancient, whatever is new, whatever is to come up, and whatever is to be praised, not possessing much wealth, you be a protector of that. Pleasantly moving chariots accompany you. May air retain its characteristics all the time. This is the gist of the Rig. 55.9. Mrlano marudoma. Mrlatano marudona. O Marus, please make us happy and do not strike at me. Give us your manifold happiness and prosperity. Please remember this hymn and our friendship. Pleasantly moving chariots accompany you. Rig is self-explanatory. Ivam asman nayata vatso acha. O worship worthy Maruts, please lead us towards greater wealth and keep us away from sins. Being invoked by us, please accept our sacrificial oblations. Perhaps this hymn. May we become masters of much wealth. No comments on this either. This was the last Rig of the Sukta. Now we go to Suktam 56. Maruta, Devata, Rishi is Shavashva, Atreya, Chandas is Brihati and Sato Brihati. Agni Shathandama Ganam. O Agni, today your subjects call upon the host of Maruts, bedecked with beautiful golden ornaments on their chests, coming from the sky, which is shining by the light of the sun. This is an introductory Rig seer of the Sukta is requesting Agni to stand as a witness to this knowledge sacrifice which is in honor of Maruts. 56.2 Yatha chin manyase hrida. O Agni, like you think in your heart or mind, my wishes move in the same way. Whatever oblations are near, they come to you. With them, you strengthen those formidable Maruts. As prompted by Agni from within his body, seer of the Sukta is offering these ruks as oblations to Agni to be given to Maruts. Mirhushmativa Pruthivi 56.3 Most bountiful tilled earth, as though in delight comes to us, O Maruts. Your strength, which is effective like a ravenous bear, is exciting and is formidable like that of the sun. Like bountiful earth, wind is also blowing for the benefit of human beings. Wind power is as much exciting as solar power. Really, wind derives its power from the sun only. Air as such is an inert matter. 56.4 Niye Rinantyojasa Vrutha. The Maruts, by their strength, effortlessly delight us like cows with their milk. Also, by their movements, they shake even mountain-like clouds, which are like badly harnessed horses. Wind power moves the formidable-looking clouds in the sky in a random fashion and not in a controlled fashion. 5.56.5 Uttishta nunamesham stomai. O invokers, please arise. I call upon the abundantly wonderful strength of Maruts, who sprinkle happiness on all and who are like a herd of cows with these excellent praises. Pranas in the body and wind in the atmosphere bring happiness to human beings. Wind causes rainfall and water is essential for life to exist. 56.6 Yung Dhvam Hyarushi Rathe. O Maruts, you harness red flames onto your chariots, which are like red mares. In the same way as men harness two speedy horses to the yokes of their vehicles for carrying men and material, you harness to the yoke of your vehicle two horses for carrying you. Red flames may imply lightning which accompany the cloud-carrying wind. Living bodies may be considered as vehicles of Maruts or Pranas. In this case, hot could mean the two spiritual light rays which bestow existence and consciousness on living creatures. Udasya Vajayur Udasya Vajyarushat 56.7. O Marus, moreover, your speedy red horse are two rays of spiritual light of the self, which makes terrible noise and is beautiful to behold, is placed here. Please do not make any delay in your movements. Spur him on in your vehicles. Here the horse could mean lightning in the sky, or Agni, the sacrificial fire, or Agni in the body of a living being. Air as such is inert. When pranas derive its energy from sun or Agni. 56.8. Ratham nu Marutam Vayam. We invoke the glorious vehicle of Maruts, in which there are many enjoyable gifts. The space and earth stay along with the winds that are moving. Here the atmosphere and earth are talked of as vehicles of Maruts. They contain many enjoyable objects for human beings. This point is elaborated in the next track, which is the last one in the Sukta. Tam va sadham. O Marus, I admire that power of yours which is auspicious, brilliant and praiseworthy, that is there in the chariot in which the well-born, prosperous, bounteous lady, along with Marus, sprinkle happiness. Here, bounteous lady could be Mother Nature or Earth. We go to the next Maruta Suktam from Shyavasva Atreya, Chandas Jagadi Trushtu. Arudrasa Indravandas Sajoshaso. O Maruts, you make the wicked weep, accompanied by Indra, serving and loving one another equally. You come here having gold in your chariot for prosperity. Our intellects long for your company, like a thirsty man desiring water from the springs or clouds in the sky. The Rik indicates that seer of the Sukta is to talk about air in the Sukta. Indra and Vayu go together in the atmosphere as well as in the living bodies. Men desire or need air even more than water for keeping themselves alive. That is 57.2. Vashimanta Rishtimanto Manishina. O sons of atmosphere, very wise Maruts, you are endowed with good speech and knowledge, and are armed with good bows, arrows and quivers. You possess good horses, chariots and other weapons like spears, swords, etc. Thus, you move about for doing noble deeds. The Rik contains a highly imaginative description of personified wind, Marus. It only means that the air is fully equipped to do its noble deeds, namely supplying oxygen and water for all living organisms. Dhunutha Dhyam Parvatan O sons of atmosphere, Marus, you shake the sky and the clouds and also give wealth to a sacrificer. Out of fear of your movements, forest trees bend down. Terrible winds shake the earth. When you yoke the spotted antelope like clouds for sprinkling water on the earth. High winds make trees in the forests bow down. Monsoon winds shake objects on the earth. This is the essence of the work. 57.4. Vadat Visho Maruto. Maruts are blazing like wind, are purifiers of rainwater, are alike in their form and merits, and are decked with gold. They have yellow or red horses. They are faultless and are energetic. In greatness, they are like the space, vast and all-pervading. By evaporation, air purifies water. Maruts are carried by red and yellow clouds. Wind is always active somewhere or other on the earth. Air pervades atmosphere as the space pervades the universe. Purudrapsa Anjimanta Sudanava 57.5. Maruts abounding in drops of water have noble desires always. They are good donors and splendid to behold. Oh, inexhaustible wealth! They are well born, having gold ornaments on their chests at birth. They are coming from the shining space and are worship worthy. They attain immortal name. Air makes its appearance only after the space came into being, or atmosphere occupies a part of the space. As one of the five basic elements, air and its characteristics are well known. Rest of the work is poetic fancy. Shining space may imply Atma. 56.6. Rishtayo vo marudo. O Marus, on your two shoulders spears rest. In your arms are placed strength, power and might. In your head manly thoughts. In your chariots all powerful weapons. And every beauty is laid down on your bodies. This is a simple imagined form of personified air. 57.7. Gomad Ashwavat Rathavat. O Maruts, please give us wealth consisting of cattle, horses, chariots, heroes, joy-giving gold, etc. As you are accomplishers of good works, please make us renowned. We praise your divine protection. This is just a prayer to Marus, which is self-explanatory. 57.8, last book in the Sutta. Haye Naru Marudo Murlata. O leaders of Maruts, you are endowed with much wealth. You are immortal and are no words of Ruta. You are always listening to truth, are wise, are very young, are glorified greatly, and are served by sacrificers. Please delight us. Birthlessness is truth. Matter is a superimposition on truth, and it is only an appearance. Air is one of the basic elements or form of matter, and hence said to be immortal. in contrast to forms made of matter. No further explanation is necessary here. Air is one of the unifiers in nature and hence considered to be Pratyaksham Brahma or manifested self. We go to Suktam 858. This is also a Marita Sukta from sage Shyavashva in Chandas Trushto. Tamununam Tavishim. Whoever are competent to praise the band of these Maruts, who are youthful and mighty, they make use of pranas or Agni or energy at home to propel themselves forward to attain that imperishable material cause of the universe. Meditating on Maruts, one can attain the self-birthless Brahman, the source of their manifestation. This is the implied meaning of the Rig. 5.58.2 Tvesham ganam tavasam khadihastam. O wise man, praise the band of Maruts, who are leaders of men, are glorious, are powerful, are having some edibles in their hands, whose woe is to shake enemies, who are endowed with good intellect and are liberal in giving donations. They are beneficent by their greatness and are possessors of infinite virtues and great wealth. Maruts as pranas are leaders of men. They sustain human life. Rest of the Rig should not be difficult to understand. Maruts are personified wind. 58.3 Avo Yendu Avaha Avo Yendu Davaha Avahas Haso Adya Avo Yendu Davaha So Adya Vrishtim. This Agni is well kindled. O wise man, let these youthful Maruts be delighted with this Agni. May all Maruts who are carriers of water come to you today and stir up rain. Internal Agni of the seer is well kindled. May Maruts be delighted with this internal light and travel knowledge of the self. This is being implied here. 58.4 Yuyam Rajana Miryam Janaya. Yuyam Rajana Miryam Janaya. O Maruts, for men you create an active, extraordinarily wise king. From the worship-worthy you comes the man who can fight with his fists, or who is quick with his arms, or a valiant man with good horses. Maruts activate human beings who live in diverse ways. Pranayama and meditation on Maruts can make a man very glorious like a king in the spiritual sense. Ara Iveda Charama Aheva. 5.58.4 Maruts are not in the least like the spokes of a wheel, none of them like the days are not stingy. These Maruts are born with might and are sons of the atmosphere. They resemble each other. They are undertakers of mighty works with their intellect. They sprinkle rainwater. Maruts are not like the spokes of a wheel to the axle. They are not stingy like a day, appearing only once in 24 hours. Maruts encourage men to undertake mighty works with their intellects. Say meditation. Sprinkled rain may mean raining of self-knowledge. Yet prayasishta prashativi 58.6. O Maruts, when you come with your quick-moving, speedy, strong-wheeled vehicles, you shower rainwater, which mingles with the rays of the sun. The clouds born out of the sun's rays roll down from the atmosphere. There is just a simple description of water cycle. Wind drives the cloud to bring rain. Rainwater mixes with the sun's rays. Absorbing sun's heat, water evaporates and becomes the cloud. Implied meaning of the ruk can be derived by taking cloud as ignorance and sun's rays as spiritual light rays. 58.7. Prathishta Yaman Prithvi. In their Maruts, there means Maruts. In Maruts movements only, the earth sustains her generative power. As a wife preserves the husband's semen, the earth preserves the water received from Maruts. By harnessing speedy horses to the yoke, the sons of Rudra create water which appears like their sweat. The Sruk also talks about the part played by the wind and earth in maintaining the water cycle in a figurative language that was in vogue in those days. 5.58.8. This is the same as 5.57.8. Aye Naro Marudo Murlada. Suktam 59. Sage Shavashva Rishi Devata Marut Chandas Jagati Drushtu. Prava Spalakranta Spalak Prava Spalakran Suvidaya Davane. O invokers, honor them who are enlightened and are performers of good deeds for the welfare of a prosperous person, who is a liberal donor and destroyer of enemies, who is an upholder of nature's laws for the earth, who makes use of fire, who traverses the world sprinkling rainwater, and who makes one's own splendor slack by mixing with the clouds. Invokers are urged to praise Maruts who help Indra, the universal manifested self. The self, coached in ignorance cloud, becomes the manifested self Indra. 59.2. Amadesham Bhyasa Bhumi. The earth trembles with fear before the strength of the Maruts and moves like an overfull boat, or like a grief-stricken woman seeking solace. Maruts make known their presence even before, from a distance. These leaders of men strive together in the great presence in a knowledge sacrifice. Only one part, last part, needs clarification. Maruts lead the invoker to the august or great presence of the self in a knowledge sacrifice. Gavamiva Shriyase Sringamuttamam. O leaders of men, you shine like the sun, as though touching the upper limit or the summit of his rays. Your eye is like the sun in the space when the mist is cleared. Like horses, you are beautiful. And are strong, like learned and manly youths, you think about prosperity. Air is present in the atmosphere, which marks the bottom boundary of the space with reference to earth. It is well illuminated by sun's rays from above when water vapor is not present in the atmosphere. Rest of the rock is pure imagination. Kovo Mahanti Mahatam. O Marus, among the greats, who can reach your greatness? Who can create poetic words? And who can do noble deeds? You stir up the earth like the rays of the sun, which you are carried forth for granting prosperity to a liberal sacrificer. Maruts cause or help in the creation of Vedic hymns. As the sun's rays stir up the earth's surface by creating thermal currents, wind stirs up dust on the earth's surface. Wind does many useful deeds, brings rain, dries clothes, etc. 59.5. Ashva Ive Darushasa. Maruts are kith and kin. Like red horses or rays of spiritual light, they go and fight like brave men and who are eager for battle. Like well-grown men, these leaders of men grow. They cover up even sun's rays by raining water. Some deeds that are being done by Maruts are mentioned here. 59.6. Te Ajeshta Aganishtasa. They came into being simultaneously without any distinction as elders, middle ones and juniors. They grow up by their own might. By birth, they are well born as sons of the atmosphere, matching in manhood. They came to us from the shining space with their strength. As air manifests after the space, Maruts are thought of as coming from the space. Shining space usually implies the self. Vayonayi Srini 5.59.7. With their strength, they move in rows, like birds in the limits of the space, and attain the great summits of the atmosphere. Knowing their houses, the space and atmosphere, they let a part of the cloud water particles to fall down as rainwater. Wind is present in the atmosphere that surrounds the earth. Clouds are present only up to a height of about 11 kilometers above the earth's surface, while air is present up to a height of about 50 kilometers. Part of the cloud is water, the other part is air. Last look in the sutta. Mimatu Devuraditi. May the space and Aditi favor us for distribution of wealth. May the sun and wonderful dawns strive together. O sage, praised by us, may Maruts uncover this brilliant treasure of Rudra, the bestower of strength. Brilliant treasure is self-knowledge. May Maruts lead the invokers to self-knowledge. This is the gist of the Rig. We close this session with this Rig. Viramastavat.